Mincha today will be at 6:55. There's tomorrow morning we'll be davening at 6:10. Now for a quick of our Torah. As we know, this Sefer Vayikra, Leviticus, has a lot of rules about how the service in the Mishkan and later Beit HaMikdash should go. And every little detail is covered. You might say, wait a minute, what about our individuality? What about, let's do our own thing? And there have been many attempts over the years and our davening, our prayer service is based on basically the service in the Mishkan and the Beit HaMikdash. And there's been, over the years, there's been people who say, let's do our own thing. Let's take some leeway, make some innovations, as it were. And they always ended up the same way. They forget exactly the core. What the Torah is getting at is you need to have a certain service. It has to be done a certain way. Otherwise, it degenerates into forms that are totally antithetical to what the service is really about. And you have to remember, at that time, there were religious services, temples, which were basically what we'd call dens of iniquity. They were praying to the fertility god, and therefore the way to pray to the fertility god was to have temple prostitutes ready to service them. This is the way it was in the ancient world. Or the idea, I want to give something close to me, so I give my children. And they would have child sacrifice. The Torah is saying, I want you to do this. I want you to have korbanot. But it has to be within this restricted area. Otherwise, because the Torah, remember, God created us. God knows our failures, how we would fail. So God knows that if left to our own devices, we would basically be corrupted. There'll be anarchy, and anarchy also leads to totalitarianism. Remember that the Tower of Babel came after the flood. When people said, was anarchy that brought about the flood? Let's have a totalitarian regime. And so that's what the Torah is preventing. You can have freedom within a certain realm, but there has to be rules of society. Otherwise, we would lose the freedom. Something to think about. Kaddish Rabbanim.